How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Now, Lood de Jager has officially been handed a 4-match ban for his tackle on Thomas Ramos in this past weekend's game up against France. This has left South Africa with another player down, another player with a ban, and we have to address the elephant in the room. These South Africans, they keep getting targeted, and they are getting bans where we have seen other instances where bans have been rescinded. Now, my question is, what's happening with World Rugby, and when will they start becoming consistent with their rulings? Because we saw Tadhg Beirne have his ban completely rescinded, although there was head contact, although there was also danger. This doesn't make sense to me. Something is happening, and the Springboks seem to be targeted time and time again. So let's take a look into the points that they had for Lood de Jager. Yes, there was head contact. Yes, it was reckless. Yes, it was a vulnerable player, although we have to take in consideration a couple factors. So Thomas Ramos had run into Kobus Reinach. Reinach took his leg, ultimately dropped Thomas Ramos to his knees before Lood de Jager was able to make contact. Now, the speed that he was coming in, there was no way that he would ever be able to make that illegal tackle, considering how quickly Thomas Ramos dropped. And this has caused quite a bit of a spark, where there has been note that it's because Lood de Jager's left arm did not wrap around him in a tackling motion that it was automatically ruled as a red. Now, my argument is Thomas Ramos's arm blocked Lood de Jager's left arm from wrapping. And how is Lood de Jager supposed to drop that quickly and still maintain a legal tackle? Personally, I don't feel that it is possible, especially considering the speed of the game. It was a very high pressure game, a lot of emotions going on, and this happened within a blink of an eye. So Lood de Jager, in my opinion, he couldn't do anything else. He was going in for a legal tackle, he was going in for a legal tackle, and he was at the correct height for a legal tackle had Thomas Ramos not dropped onto his knees. He has a good record. He has remorse. He apologized. Good conduct. He was not a repeat offender. No need for deterrent. And there weren't any other factors. And that has still hit him with a 4-week ban. So he is not only going to be missing Italy, Ireland, Wales, and a club game in Japan. Why? We look at Tadhg Beirne. Tadhg Beirne, his red card was rescinded after a disciplinary hearing. Now, I argue Tadhg Beirne was not even close to being in position for a legal tackle. Now, don't get me wrong. I completely agree with the ruling. It was not a red card, and so did Beauden Barrett. The speed that they were coming at, yes, there was head contact here. Yes, Tadhg Beirne did not wrap his arms. Tadhg Beirne had his arms in a crossed position and hit into him. So, by that ruling, his arms were not wrapping in a tackle position. He was not at a correct height for a tackle. His head, he managed head contact. That means high level of danger. How did he get off without a ban? You tell me this. You tell me this. How is it one thing and then something else for a South African player? Where is the consistency? Where is the equality in this too? Why? Is it because of the height of Thomas Ramos or the speed? They both came in with speed. Neither Beauden Barrett or Tadhg Beirne was expecting that ball to come through. And yet they still made contact. At no point was Lood de Jager ever expecting Thomas Ramos to drop onto his knees. He could not change levels fast enough. If Thomas Ramos had to stay on his feet, that would have been a perfectly legal tackle. I don't think you could have asked Lood de Jager to get any lower to the floor than what he was. So this is where I find things to be a bit wrong. Another player that got hit with a 9-week ban, Henri Vessels. This is where I start calling things into question. Lood de Jager was he's been he's been handed a 9-week ban for ball tampering, right? So having apparently grabbed a guy's royal jewels with no evidence, with nothing to back them up other than hearsay and words, they have given Jan-Hendrik Vessels a 9-week ban without any evidence. Come on. How can this be right? Where is the consistency here? In my opinion, it's innocent until proven guilty. They have taken to the hype, they've taken to the social media, and they have now made a ruling without any further evidence. Now, whether he actually admitted it or I don't know. How does this work? This keeps happening time and time again, but we take this out of consideration. My big one is, why is Tadhg Beirne's red ruled out? It's taken away. But Lood de Jager gets a 4-week ban. Both came at speed. Both could not change their levels at time. Both had head contact. It would be a high-level degree of danger. How does one have his red card rescinded and the other not? Tell me the justice in that. Something's going on here, and I don't like it. So I'd love to hear what your thoughts are in relation to this. Please like, subscribe, drop your thoughts in the comment section below, because I'm not just talking from a South African point of view. I'm talking from a general fan's perspective. Where is the consistency in World Rugby's ruling in their bans? It doesn't make sense, right? I don't care whether you're Irish, Scottish, you Australian, wherever you're from. There has to be consistency, and there just doesn't seem to be any right now. Why does Tadhg Beirne have his red card rescinded where Lood de Jager gets a 4-week ban? If anything, I see the same amount of factors. Drop your thoughts in the comment section below. Catch you guys later.